today I just wanted to end my day with a message which has been pretty close to my heart, um, and something which I feel that a lot of us, we don't remember, though we have to be reminded of things which are basic sometimes. And because we get so busy with our lives, with what we do on a day-to-day basis, that we tend to forget that addressing the basic things, the basic needs, the people around us. And what, like they say, like how they say that charity begins at home, I also feel that compassion and love begins at home. And when we speak about spiritual compassion means that you reach at a soul level, you reach to another person in your life at a soul level, then rather than just on a more superficial level. All right. Now, when we talk about people, we don't even have to go out there yet. We start with people inside in our home. You start everything from people you know who are closest to you. And sometimes they are the most, they're the ones we take them for granted most, you know. And I feel that most relationships, somehow we stop making an effort to love, to be compassionate, to be caring, because we think that they're always going to be around. Now, it doesn't take rocket science for us to know that life is so fragile, and it doesn't require you to be exceptionally intelligent to understand that one person can be here today and not the next. What we really need to know is that there is more reality to it than what we choose to believe in. There is more truth in that, especially when it doesn't always have to happen to someone else. It can also happen to us. The person who could be talking to you may not be around in the next 5 minutes. Now, when we leave home, when we go to work, or when we go off to school, or wherever we go to, we meet so many faces in the world. When you're walking down the street, you see all kinds of people. Now, how much of value do you give to yourself as a soul, to respect others and to love others? We are all busy. I mean, this is a very busy world. We have so many things to do. Each one of us become with so many responsibilities. But none of these responsibilities seem to give you that kind of satisfaction you get that you normally do with very little things, but with tiny things. A smile. I don't know how many of you would actually go out there, walk down the street and smile at people when they give you eye contact. I don't know how many of you would actually say to someone that they look beautiful. It's appreciating the person. It's complimenting the person. You don't really have to do some major stuff to make a person feel really good. Sometimes just a word would do. Compassion also talks about respecting people who are in your life as well as those outside. Your partner may have come back home after a long day at work, or you may be coming back home to your family after a long day at work. But it has to be understood that these people are important to you, and not to be just taken for granted, not to be just looked at as people who will always be there. It matters at a much deeper level to a lot of people when you come back home and you actually make an effort to ask them how their day was, or to tell them something sweet. I feel that we are lacking that as a community, as a society. We're lacking the need to even go out a step further to say you're looking great, to say thank you, to apologize for something that you did. It's become so mechanical. There are relationships breaking up over the text messages, emails. People stop looking at each other's faces, and then people start to look for answers outside of relationships, and it no longer has to be another relationship in physical, and then there are people who could flirt online and find partners in some bizarre country, and they don't even have to meet. So we kind of have, put ourselves, each one of us, in a little island, and we have started treating our society as such too. When you're walking down the street, you're floating in a little island of yours, and everybody else in their own little islands too. You don't have to give eye contact. You don't have to do anything, you know. I feel that we need to bring that back into this world. That's the very basic of humanity. You don't have to go out there and really make a huge difference in somebody's life to make yourself feel better. But that's not the whole point about reaching out and helping people. The whole point of reaching out and helping people is doing little things that you don't care even if the person does not respond. You know what I mean? If you smile and someone doesn't smile back at you, it does not mean that your smile was wasted. It means that at some point in the day, the person may actually be sitting down and thinking what a horrible day it is, and then they will remember that you smiled. Someone smiled. You know, I feel that those little things really matter, and we've lost it as a society, and we need to bring it back. Even little things. Yes, you are busy, I'm busy, everybody's busy. But are we really too busy to spare a few moments? For people at home, before you leave, say I love you, say anything that really means to you, something that really you've been trying so hard to not say, for instance. For some people, even saying you're beautiful is a big effort. You know, but it would mean the world to that person to hear that. So make that little effort to be a little compassionate, you know, to reach out. Sometimes you never know what something you say, even without expectations, how deep it would go in a person. Some people would have struggled with insecurity all their lives, with no one having had uttered a single thing like, you look great today, or you're fantastic, or look at what you did, I think that's amazing. That person would have never heard such a thing in years. And it didn't take much effort for you to say it. And you may not even think it's a big deal. But for that person, it would have made a big difference. You never know. In fact, I don't think you need to know. What matters is you've done your job. As souls here, we don't have to make a major impact in everybody's life. Every little thing matters, because we are not computers. We are not robots. We are people with feelings. We are people who need love, who need affection, a little hug. Some people wouldn't have been hugged, and they could just tremble when you hug them. It's not because they don't like to be hugged, but probably because they haven't been hugged in that way before. So I would say that don't be shy or don't hold back. When you want to say something and you wish you could say something, you wish you could reach out and do something for someone, even if it's a stranger or your spouse, don't hold back, because you have no idea how fragile life is. Or maybe you do, and I'm just reminding you. Don't hold back your emotions. And spirituality also involves in loving and living with each other. We need to be humans. We need to be people with loving emotions. We need to express. We are the only species that can express in such ways. There are very few mammals who can do that. We can smile. We can hold someone. We can tell them that we love them. Don't hold back. There is no need to hold back, because the ego is only something that is very temporary. The ego does serve nothing, basically. By holding back and you thinking that, oh, if I was to say to my spouse that you're the most beautiful person ever, you think that she's going to be all, you know, has a diva attitude after that or something. No. Maybe that's the one word that she's been waiting for years. And she would love you more for that. Or tell your husband or your partner, anyone, or your child for that matter, that you're doing great. I love you. Reach out and say it. Don't text message a person. Don't keep text messaging a person just for the sake of it and say, oh, I think you're doing great. Why can't you just open your mouth and say it? What happens to that self-expression thing? Is it all limited to devices and the computer and the internet? We need to go out there and speak. We need to reach out to people because we are not built to just sit in front of devices and talk. We are also built to reach out, skin contact, hug a person, hold a person, touch a person's hand, kiss, love, all of that. Bring it back into you. And that will increase your spirituality because you will once again feel connected to the person you are, the soul that you're created to be. You came here not to be a computer. You came here to be a person with emotions, someone who can reach out to another person and show affection and love and respect. So this is a reminder for those of us who have forgotten what to do with ourselves anymore. And I get questions like, what do I do? How do I reach out? How do I help people? What can I do with myself? I don't think I'm good at anything. I don't think I'm spiritually gifted enough to help people. You don't have to have anything. You don't have to be a millionaire to reach out and help people. You don't need to be extremely spiritually gifted or enlightened to be able to go out there and, tell someone, I think you're looking great today. I think you're doing a great job. You don't need anything. You don't need anything at all. And it starts with very small deeds. And it goes around. It goes around. What comes around goes around. It always does. So never give up on that soulful compassion that you have inside you. Because it matters more than anything else in this world. And people really need it. Where everybody now is insecure. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of inconsistency in peace and joy, everything. People are so insecure. And little bit of affection from someone, even a stranger, would really make a huge difference to the soul. So to heal others and to heal yourself, the best way is to go out there and be a person again. To love, to hold. Just be yourself as a person and no longer someone who just sits behind a screen and types away. God bless you. Have a great week ahead. Namaste.